Right. Okay. Welcome to something just a little bit different. And what is it that's a little bit different? Well, we've had explosions tonight with this. when I say explosions, I suppose that I'd better explain a few things. So when I say explosions, this is why at the moment you're not seeing a picture of a television. In fact, I'll just bring this camera around so I can explain to you. There you are. We're looking at an old LCD LG, which is from 2008. So we're talking about a TV which is 14 years old. And the complaint from the customer is that the TV just doesn't turn on. Now, originally, I thought this was going to be caps. The reason I'm having to explain this, by the way, is I've learnt something tonight. You may have realised over the last couple of weeks, and I've always said this, I've always said the reason I do these videos is because I love video editing. It's just a little hobby of mine. If I didn't like video editing, I wouldn't be making these videos, to be honest, of TV repairs. It's the video editing which comes first. So you may have noticed over the last couple of weeks to a month that I've changed software. And you notice lots of jazzy effects. And sorry if some of the jazzy effects are a bit overkill. They're a bit overkill because I'm still getting used to them. And when you're getting used to them, you're trying them all the time. So that's primarily why I'm using this new software, just to test things out. And there's one thing I've learned about the software today. If a TV goes bang and takes out your power and the trip switch goes off, unfortunately the file becomes corrupt. And I've seen this on other people that do TV repairs or electronic repairs on YouTube, because they use this software. I've never liked this software up until this last couple of weeks, and it suddenly clicked with me, and I can do this and I can do that. Anyway, that's by the by. So the trip switch has gone off twice tonight. First of all, the TV came in, the fuse had blown on the power board. I couldn't find a short anywhere, and I thought, well, the TV is 14 years old. Just replace the fuse. So I did. And I switched the TV on, and I was in darkness straight away. Nothing went bang. Nothing went pop. I was just in darkness straight away. It took out the trip switch in the workshop, and it took out the trip switch in the house, which is quite rare. So I came back in and expected to find lots of black bits on the board, but not even the fuse had blown. 2 fuses on the power board, not blown. So the second time I decided I'm going to do this again. I just isolated a few things. And again, the power switch, the trip switch went, and this time there was a bang. But again, no fuses. There are 3 possible fuses which could have blown. 1 in the plug, which is the 5 amp fuse that belongs to the TV. 2 on the board, 1 for the primary, 1 for the secondary. Nothing. Fine. So we're going to pick this video up now on part 3, because part 3 didn't go bang, obviously. I'd learnt my lesson, and I'm just playing with the board a bit. And we come up with a bit of a diagnosis. But I just thought I'd share this with you, because there has been at least an hour's work, if not 2 hours' work, gone into this TV so far. But all of it to nothing, because on this new software, if you lose the power in your workshop, if the trip switch goes off, it corrupts the file, which is a pain. I'm using OBS, so if anybody knows a workaround on that, mind you, there's an update which has just gone through tonight, so maybe that'll fix it. I don't know. But very rare that we have the trip switch going off anyway. So you're not getting the full video. You're not even getting a repair tonight. Sadly, it's just the diagnosis of what went wrong. I just thought I'd share that with you, and I hope you're okay with that. Okay? Just.
And yes, once again, it did go pop. But there was a pop as if the fuse did blow this time, and it only took out the trip switch in the workshop. So let's just see. Fuse blown? Yes. Oh, hang on a minute. No. Blown the fuse in the plug. What is it that's going bang on this? This is a bit of a mystery. I'm just testing the fuse in the plug here for a second. Let's just see. Let's just see if that went south. There's a chance that it did go south, and if it did, we'll stick another one in. Oh, it looks an old fuse. No, that's fine. Oh, is it? Yeah. Fuse in the plug is good. Fuse on the board is good. There's 2 fuses on the board. They're both good. We've got a short on this board somewhere. It's almost like there's a cap somewhere blowing up. But everything on this board looks as good as new. But hey, seems we've had the fun of it blowing up. Let's take the board. Do you know what? I've got a slightly older version of this TV outside in the pouring rain, and it's probably got a working board. Do you think I should take the board out, dry it off, and try it in 24 hours? No, let's fix this board. Let's fix this board. It's not blowing fuses. And it happens so quick. There's no flash. Nothing seems to go bang. We'll have a look on the other side of the board. We may see. There may be more evidence on the back. Sorry about the Panasonic bit at the bottom. I could change that now, couldn't I, to LG going pop. I think that's what I should do. Hang on a second. LG LCD keeps blowing. Oop. There we go. I've changed that now, so it makes sense. For anybody that needs it to make sense. Any more screws? Anything looking black on this side? No. It's almost like the bridge rectifier has had its day, but that bridge rectifier is so clean. Anyway, I'm just going to test for voltage, obviously, before I go poking around. Let's just have a look if there's anything in that cap. No. So I'm going to go testing some. I'll bring it over here. Just to give a slightly better view. Uh-huh. Oh, no. They're diodes and they're reading okay. Oh, I wish I'd got my power supply here. The one that's at the workshop. I could bring the voltage up gradually and find out what it is. Instead of giving it 240 volts, I would like to give it something like 50 volts, 60 volts, and see what starts to smoke. Because there's something on this that I'm missing somewhere. And there's nothing obvious, because this is a very clean power board. It really is a clean power board. I mean, for this to go pop the way it is going pop, or the way it went pop that time, you would think that there is something pretty darn serious going pop, but there's nothing. Bridge rectifier is fine. Right. One more try. I'm just going to see if I'm plugging in again, stand by. But I am not plugging into the power board. I'm plugging out. I just want to see if there's an issue somewhere. No. This has got me fascinated now. This has got me fascinated. Something on this board has got a whopping great short on it. That's not reading. It's blowing without blowing any fuses. It just goes bang and takes the trip switch off, which normally makes you point towards either the bridge rectifier or a cap on the primary. And I'm talking about ceramic cap, not a electrolytic capacitor. But again, this is something that, you know, a new power board for one of these. Shall we have a look on eBay what a power board would cost? Do you think? Let me just go and I'll bring it in. Let me just go to eBay.
My apologies, for some particular reason the picture starts to break up a little bit here and cause a few issues. So I did have a quick look on eBay and noticed there were power supplies for as little as £15 posted. So, but that's not playing the game. We like to play with these. I've been checking the chokes. They all seem to be okay. I can't find a problem on this power board, but there is somewhere, and it's going to take some investigation and it's going to take some time. It is a customer's TV, so if I have to, I will buy a power board, but that's defeating the object.
I'm just interested, how can something be going pop and not taking the fuse out anywhere? There's 2 fuses on the board to protect the board. There's a fuse in the plug. None of them are blowing, but the trip switch is going off straight away. I need to have a little think about this one. But as with the Panasonic we spoke about earlier, it's you know, there's no financial gain involved. The only gain involved is bringing the answer to this channel, which I will do. The answer may be another one bites the dust and another one goes in the skip. But I don't have the tools here and the time tonight, because it's probably midnight. I don't have the time to go and investigate and play with this much now. This really needs to go to the main bench in the shop, and we need to, you know, sit down and have a play. I mean, I could just go out and buy a new power board, and 9 times out of 10 that would solve it, but it doesn't solve it, does it? So I'll investigate further. I'll report back. It will be a couple of days because I'm travelling for the next couple of days, but we'll report back on both the Panasonic and the LG and see if we can find out what is going on. But on this particular occasion, I'm afraid to say, it's the second one of the night that we can't fix, but they're old TVs. They need a bit more of investigation. You know, it's not a backlight job. And some of these older TVs, even when they broke down 12 years ago, it's not something you could fix in, 15 minutes. It is something you'd have to go through and investigate because the parts weren't available straight away. So when this TV was first going faulty, let's say 10 years ago, parts were very expensive and not readily available unless you were buying direct from LG, and you'd be paying £300 for a power board. Well, we've just seen a power board for £15 including postage. That would solve it. So at the end of the day, the customer is going to get this TV back working, but I'd like to find out what is going wrong on this power board, and to the naked eye and just using the basic tools I've got here, I'm not finding that out. So we've got a bit more work to do. So thank you very much. Any comments, always gratefully appreciated. And I'll report back as soon as I possibly can, in the next one, of course.